Find out the latest news on the unemployment rate, of course, and the economy from this week's jobs report from the Department of Labor. We pay them. We should read it, right? Which state is looking to spend $90 million to update their unemployment system, which will be good for you, and how millions of American employees could be at risk of temporarily losing their job today from the looming government shutdown, which could affect lots of businesses and other businesses. 12 different programs, 75 different banking partners, credit lines like up to $5 million, rates close to 3% or right around there, and then it's a quick and easy digital process to be pre-qualified. Stay tuned to the channel for business and personal finance videos, real estate, stock market, crypto, credit, and other investments, PPP, EIDL, loans, all kinds of stuff. Which means that it's 4 days from my Ironman. No, just kidding. But yeah, I'm finally recovering. Ran today, had a great run, real good 6-mile run. Which means, you know, what we gotta do, we gotta talk about the current state of the US economy and unemployment across America in this week's jobs report from our guys, our people, our friends at the Department of Labor. Can we call them friends? I mean, we pay for them. It's our taxpayer money. This week's jobs report shows some decent news for the economy. It's pretty stable. And the unemployment rate, as they were higher than last week's numbers. We don't like to say that, but they underperformed the estimates of the Dow Jones economists that are predicting and reporting to all the stock market and hedge funds and everybody what to do. This week's jobs report shows that 362,000 Americans filed their first-time unemployment claims, which we never like to say they filed their first-time unemployment claims. It's just bad. But it was higher than the previous week, which was 335. So not the end of the world, but still 20-some-odd thousand people that we'd rather not have to go to the computer and file these revised unemployment claims, initial claims, and they're higher than the estimates that the Dow Jones, they predicted 335,000 unemployment claims. So they were actually optimistic. They were like, yeah. So an economist that's optimistic, that's an interesting mix. Ian Shepherdson, chief economist at Patheon, macroeconomics, that's like macro, that's everything, not like micro, explained, quote, claims likely won't return to their previous lows until mid-October. After that, the downward trend should resume on the economic activity, reverse back up to post-pandemic, post-Delta especially, end quote. Hopefully we can start this new streak of declining initial unemployment claims in October as we continue our own U.S. full recovery, right? Is what we want. The U.S. economy and the job market to just get back to normal. Can we just have, well, is this a new normal? I guess this is the new normal. Feels weird, right? We just kind of got used to this weirdness that goes on out there. Meanwhile, the great state of Wisconsin recently announced that it's looking to spend upward of $90 million to upgrade their antiquated unemployment system, which means money for lots of people who are helping get that implemented, as well as the people that are trying to access it. According to Wisconsin State Journal, quote, federal funds are being used to pay for the entire computer upgrade project, which the State Department of Workforce Development estimates will cost about $90 million, end quote. Can you imagine we're paying $90 million so that you can get money, just running through a system of checks and balances, and so amazing, costs that much, right? When you think about it. The state hopes, can you imagine if you were writing that check, hey, we want to pay a bunch of people and check out their paperwork and their claims. How much will that cost? Oh, we just need a check for $90 million. We're all good. Yeah, well, the state hopes to solve problems with delayed processing of unemployment claims that led to some people having to wait months, as you know in the comments, have been gone homeless, gone without food, lost things, the whole bit. They didn't get their disaster relief stimulus unemployment checks, as we know, so these systems are broken across the country. Who knew we had 30-year-old systems? The department secretary, Amy Pachek, said, quote, other charges, the unemployment process include updating call centers and virtual career centers, end quote. This is great news for all my viewers in the Badger State, and hopefully this week will make it, this time around, it'll make it easier for you to collect your unemployment benefits during these times. As you know, benefits have not gone away. They're still there. They've been there since like the 30s. I don't know why people are telling people like, hey, unemployment's gone. It's not. The federal boost, the gravy, the extra, the icing on the cake, that's gone, but the cake's still there, folks. Finally, with the government shutdown poised to occur in midnight tonight, which is all over the news, we got Congress talking, we've got the Democrats fighting with the Republicans, we got Manchin, we got Pelosi, we got Schumer out, we got McConnell, all the people are out, all the players are on the playing field, but everyone's like not willing to pick up the ball and run with it. Millions of government-funded jobs could be in limbo starting tomorrow. I know everybody's on pins and needles about this. I'm sure you're going, oh, wow, I'm gonna get some popcorn and stay up late tonight to see if they pass a bill, right? I know I will be. I'm gonna pop some, Redenbacher, throw some extra butter on top of it, my sprinkles of Parmesan and extra stuff, sit there and eat until they pass a bill tonight, probably at midnight. They always wait till the last minute. Everybody's fighting over stuff. According to the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, is that a what do they call that? An oxymoron? Right? Responsible federal budget. Can you imagine? Those go together. The CRFB. Quote, many national parks would likely shut down while mortgage and other loan applications could be delayed because the IRS could stop verifying income and Social Security numbers, end quote. You don't realize how interconnected we are to the government. People send forms to the IRS to verify income. The IRS sends back information. No homes close unless they get those because the mortgage, it's one of the earmarks in that they gotta check that off the list. That doesn't come off the list. Homes don't sell, right? Which for some people that would be good, but very few. Most people wanna, if they went through all that stuff, they wanna close on it. Government services that we deemed essential, typically like tasks that are important like safety and national security, such as the border protection and air traffic control, they would continue despite the shutdown. They're kind of, we need them, so they don't go away, they stay. Mark, I guess on a credit card, Mark Goldwyn, Senior Policy Director of the CRFB, states, quote, every shutdown is different. There is a lot of discretion in the agencies about what they can continue to do. Everything that's non-essential has to stop. But there are different definitions of essential workers, end quote, right? Like, is it essential to have a mother-in-law? Just kidding. Hopefully our lawmakers can keep the government funded as millions of Americans shouldn't have to worry about their employment situation just because other sides of the aisle are fighting. And yeah, I love mother-in-laws. It was just a joke. It's like a joke. It's like a joke. That's what people say. Anyway, if you haven't applied for your unemployment assistance, do yourself a favor. Apply today. Be, thoughtful. Think of yourself. And for once, think about yourself. And in most states, you can still apply for these claims. If you're new, you get 26, 27 weeks, typically the baseline stuff. All you do is go to your UI website, upload your employment history. They have ID Me, which is this weird 3D facial recognition program now. And also make sure you just fill out the applications generally as possible. They're not trying to trick you. Like a lot of people think it's like, it's the government. They're trying to trick me into something. They don't want trouble. Just be honest and truthful answering those questions. You could get a backdated check for thousands of dollars. At this point, as we've discussed, we're still looking. We're still trying to figure it out. The PUA remains closed, and we remain hopeful. Lawmakers said they were going to open it, but they're doing what lawmakers do, which they said we'll open it and then forgot to open it, I guess. Anyway, those guys that are out there that are gig workers, guys and gals, that are gig workers, self-employed, independent contractors, 1099 workers, people with side hustles and freelancers out there, we're waiting until they open it up. We'll let you know. And if you haven't applied for assistance and you missed out on lots of work, the window has not closed yet for you to get those backdated unemployment funds from the unemployment system if you didn't file. So make sure you file for your missing weeks.